Jacob, thanks so much for making time to speak with me. And I have to apologize to you because a certain exhibition that we're going to be talking about, I actually got an invite for the opening and I could not make it. And I'm still kicking myself because everybody has been talking about this. This was something that a lot of people wanted to come to Toronto. You helped make this happen. And from what I've been hearing, the wow factor is beyond belief in what people are going to experience, especially because of who we're talking about. For folks who don't know what we're talking about, please explain what amazing exhibition is here in Toronto throughout the summer.
Yeah, so you're talking about the Pink Floyd exhibition, which is titled Their Mortal Remains. And it's about a 90-minute experience that takes you through the history of Pink Floyd and their epic story of creativity, of music, and all of the, we have over 350 items of memorabilia, including the original Dark Side of the Moon artwork, which is one of the most recognizable designs of the 20th century. And it takes you on their journey all the way from the mid-60s through their final chapter, their final performance of the entire group in 2007.
What do you think it is about Pink Floyd? Why are they timeless?
Yeah, I think they are timeless because if you put on their music for somebody who's never heard it before, even today, it has a feel to it. It has a freshness to it. It has a sound that's unlike anything that's been created otherwise. And I think it comes from universal themes and just amazing, timeless sounds and song construction.
What was the brainchild behind putting this exhibit together, and where was it originally debuted?
The exhibition originally debuted at the V&A Museum in London. And, for those who don't know, Pink Floyd, their visuals are as synonymous with their history as their music. They were groundbreaking in terms of the art that they created, their album covers, the projections that they had at their shows. They used stage effects and scenery, such as inflatables, well before anybody else in concert touring was doing that. And so visuals have always been a big part of their history. And their two designers, Storm Thurgeson and Aubrey Powell, who designed their most famous album covers, as well as a plethora of other incredibly renowned album covers from Led Zeppelin to Paul McCartney. They had this material that it needed to be seen and it needed to be brought to light, for both people who lived through that era and also for people who didn't get a chance to see the band to get to experience them in that firsthand physical way. And so between them and working with the band to go through their respective archives, garages, attics, trunks, whatever, they collected hundreds and hundreds of artifacts, and thus was born the Pink Floyd exhibition.
Okay. Do you have any knowledge of what that was probably like to go through all of this memorabilia to break it down to what we are going to be experiencing? Because I could not imagine what that was like.
I think it was a mixed bag from, the stories that I've heard range from finding, inflatables that were covered in rat excrement to, on the more thoughtful side, they went back to the grammar school where all of these guys went together. I mean, they've known each other their entire lives. And they actually found the caning book and the cane with records of all of the members of Pink Floyd being caned for infractions in school. And, you know, that material, if you know their material well, you'd recognize probably their most famous lyric, "Hey teacher, leave those kids alone," from The Wall, is based on that specific experience. And so to be able to relate this real life experience that they had as children into this larger than life song and story arc that they created with The Wall, I mean, it's really cool.
Oh, wow. That's an amazing story. So let's go to it. Here I am. I get over to the exhibition place. I'm going in. I'm going to see the exhibit. How does it work exactly when I walk in? What is going to happen?
Yeah. So obviously Pink Floyd, they're visual and sonic. And so we have a headphone tour that, every person gets access to with their ticket, and you put on the headphones and you become, immersed in the world of Pink Floyd. It takes you through their sonic landscape from the very beginning through the present day, and uh, interspersed with the music of each era. As you move through chronologically, the music changes from one era to the next. And then interspersed with that are interviews with the band and their key collaborators about each of the albums and eras and tours of their career.
Sounds amazing. You said it's about a 90-minute experience?
Yeah, you know what? You really can stay as long as you want. The the most people stay for around 90 minutes. We've had some stay for 2.5, 3 hours.
I'm not surprised. What about merch? I'm assuming that we can pick some stuff up there afterwards.
Yeah, there's good merch there. There's definitely good merch there. They created uh some of the coolest artwork in the 20th century, and so that's definitely available to people.
Amazing. Now, I already kind of mentioned it before, but I'm going to ask again. Where exactly is this, and when is it running from what
Hmm.
to what, sir? Of course, we know it's already going.
So it's at Exhibition Place in Toronto, right by the lakeshore, and it's at the Better Living Center. It's open now. It's going to continue to be open for a few more months.
Cannot wait. Jacob, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I'm making sure that I get my butt down there because I have to see this. I was one of the unlucky few who never had a chance to see them live. Of course, I've got DVDs of them and I've watched it on television. I just wish I could have seen them live. But if I can get another chance for an experience with this, I will definitely be there for that. Thank you again for the interview, but more importantly, thank you for bringing this experience here to Toronto. Thanks again, my friend.
Thank you. Nice chatting with you.